Why cats meow to humans but not other cats? Your cat is lying to you. Not in a cute way, in a very calculated, very deliberate way. Because the sound your cat makes at you, they made those up, just for you. And they never use them with other cats. Ever. Think about that for a second. Your cat has a secret language it only speaks to humans. And the question nobody is really asking is, why? Okay, so here's the deal. Cats meow. That's just a thing we all know. You wake up in the morning, your cat screams at you like it hasn't eaten in 3 weeks, even though you filled the bowl 6 hours ago. You try to sleep in on a Saturday. Your cat decides that 6 a.m. is the perfect time to sit outside your door and yell. You're on a work call. Your cat walks in and starts talking like it has an agenda. But if you've ever watched cats interact with each other, you've probably noticed something strange. They don't really meow at each other. Like barely at all. Cats communicate with other cats through body language. Slow blinks, tail positions, ear angles, scent marking, the way they hold their whole body. It's basically a full silent conversation, and we have no idea what any of it means. But with us, full volume, all the time, unlimited meows. So what is going on here? Let's start from the beginning because this actually gets kind of wild when you dig into it. Wild cats, like the ancestors of your little couch monster, don't really meow either. Adult wild cats are almost completely silent. Kittens meow. Baby kittens use meowing to call for their mom when they're cold, scared, hungry, or lost. That's it. That's the original purpose. As soon as they grow up and stop needing their mom to survive, the meowing basically stops. So adult cats meowing is not really a natural behavior. It's something that evolved specifically because of us, because of humans. Here's what scientists think happened. Cats started hanging around humans thousands of years ago, mostly because humans stored grain, which attracted mice, which attracted cats. Easy food. Over time, the cats that were a little more friendly with humans stuck around longer and had more babies. And the ones that figured out how to communicate with humans in a way humans could actually understand, those cats got more food, more warmth, more protection. And what do humans respond to? Sounds. Specifically, sounds that feel urgent or helpless. Baby sounds, high-pitched sounds, crying sounds. So cats basically learned to keep using the kitten behavior, the meowing, but now directed at us instead of their mom. Because it works. Every time your cat meows at you and you go see what it wants, you are reinforcing the behavior. Your cat trained you. You didn't train your cat. Your cat trained you. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Every cat's meow is actually different. Not just different between cats, but different between a single cat and their specific human. Researchers have found that cats actually develop their own personalized vocabulary with the people they live with. Your cat's meow at you is not the same as the meow your neighbor's cat uses with your neighbor. Think about that. Your cat invented a custom sound specifically for you. Multiple sounds, actually. The I'm hungry meow, the let me in meow, the pay attention to me right now meow, the I found something weird and I need you to come see it meow, the I am unhappy with this situation meow. If you have a cat, you already know these are completely different and you can tell them apart without even thinking about it. That's not random. That's your cat studying you over years and figuring out what specific sounds get specific responses from you. Your cat is basically doing behavioral research with you as the test subject, and you passed out rewards every time it worked, so the behavior kept going. Other cats don't need this system because they have their whole body language thing going on. With other cats, a flick of the tail communicates more than a meow ever could. But humans are terrible at reading cat body language. Most people have no idea what a puffed up tail means or why their cat shows them their belly, but then attacks when they try to touch it. We're basically blind to the whole system cats use with each other. So cats adapted. They gave up on trying to teach us cat body language and instead invented a simplified version of communication that works for our limited understanding, which is either really kind of them or kind of insulting, depending on how you look at it. Now let's talk about what cats are actually saying when they meow. Scientists at a place called the Cat Communication Lab, yes, that's a real thing that exists, have spent years recording cat vocalizations and trying to figure out what they mean. And what they found is that cat meows are surprisingly complex. The pitch, the length, the rhythm, the tone, whether it rises or falls, all of it carries different information. A short, high-pitched meow at the start of the day is usually a greeting. Your cat sees you and goes, hey. A long, drawn-out meow with a more middle pitch is usually a request. Longer and lower means frustration or complaint. Multiple meows in a row, rapid fire, usually means something more urgent. And then there's the chirp, which is different from a meow, and that one usually happens when your cat is looking at a bird or a bug through the window and experiencing what we can only assume is some kind of deep emotional conflict between wanting to hunt it and knowing it's behind glass. What's really interesting is that some cats almost never meow, and some cats basically never shut up. This has a lot to do with the individual personality of the cat, but also a lot to do with how the humans in their life responded early on. Cats that got responses when they made noise as kittens tend to be more vocal as adults. Cats whose meows were ignored or who lived in very quiet environments tend to communicate more through other ways. Which means if you have a very loud cat, congratulations, you created that. There's another layer to this that most people don't think about. Cats can actually read human emotions, and they adjust how they communicate based on how you're feeling. Multiple studies have shown that cats pay attention to their owner's mood and change their behavior in response to it. If you're stressed, your cat may act differently around you. If you're sad, some cats will come sit near you in a way they don't at other times. And the sounds they make at you shift too. One study in Sweden found that cats can pick up on the emotional tone of their owner's voice and respond accordingly. They don't understand the words, obviously, but they're listening to the tone. Which means when you're talking to your cat in that high-pitched baby voice and your cat talks back, something real is happening. It's not nothing. Your cat is actually responding to your emotional signal and sending one back. And here's the thing about the sounds cats make that get the most reaction from humans. Researchers noticed something really specific about the purr that cats use when they want something, usually food. It's different from the regular purr. It's a purr with a meow kind of buried inside it, a higher-pitched cry in the middle of the low, rumbling sound. And when they tested this on people, even people who didn't own cats and had no experience reading cat behavior, they found that almost everyone rated this sound as more urgent and harder to ignore than a regular purr. And when they tested the frequency of that little cry hidden in the purr, it matched the frequency range of a human baby crying. Your cat knows exactly what it's doing. It found a specific sound that makes humans' brains go, something needs help right now, and it figured out how to use it to get fed faster. That's not cute. That's terrifying. That's a cat-level con. So what about the cats that don't meow much? What are they saying with the sounds they do make? The chirping and chattering is one people always ask about. If you've seen your cat sitting at the window watching birds and making that weird stuttering sound, almost like they're cold, that's chattering. And we're still not totally sure why they do it. Some researchers think it's frustration. The cat wants to catch the bird but can't. So this is some kind of overflow behavior. Others think it might be a hunting thing. Some cats in the wild have been recorded making similar sounds near prey, almost like mimicking it. One theory is that wild cats in South America actually mimic the sounds of small monkeys to lure them closer. Which again, if true, raises some serious questions about how smart cats really are and whether we should be worried. Trilling is different from meowing and different from chirping. It's that rolling burr sound cats sometimes make, almost like a purr but sharper. Cats actually do use this one with each other sometimes. Mother cats use it to call kittens. Adult cats sometimes use it as a greeting between cats that know each other well. And cats often do it at their owners as a greeting or when they want you to follow them somewhere. It's one of the more affectionate sounds cats make, which means if your cat trills at you, that's actually a good sign. Hissing and growling are two everyone knows, and those are more consistent. Cats use those with other cats and with humans and with dogs and with anything they consider a threat. No mystery there. That one was never a custom human invention. That's just cat 4. Back off, or I'm going to make your life very difficult. Let's zoom out for a second and think about what this all actually means. Your cat, this animal that evolved from wild hunters and spent most of history being independent and solitary, has developed a specific, personalized communication system just to talk to you. It invented sounds for you. It studied your reactions to figure out which sound worked best. It adjusted its behavior based on your emotions. It found the exact frequencies most likely to get a response from a human brain. That's not indifference. That's a lot of effort for an animal that supposedly doesn't care about us. There's a popular idea that cats are aloof and don't actually care about their owners the way dogs do. And it's true that cats show affection differently. But the whole meowing thing kind of blows up that theory. Because if your cat really didn't care about communicating with you, it wouldn't bother developing a whole custom language just for you. It would stay silent, the way it does with other cats. The meowing is basically your cat saying, "You matter enough to me that I invented a way to talk to you." Which honestly might be the most sincere thing a cat can do, because it takes actual work. One last thing that's worth mentioning. Some cats go way beyond meowing. There are cats that will walk up to you and just start talking. Extended full conversations of meows and trills and chirps. And if you respond, they respond back. And this can go on for several minutes. And researchers who have studied this say that in those cases, it's not random noise. The cats are actually taking turns. They wait for you to finish talking, then they respond. It has the actual structure of a conversation, back and forth, even if neither party really understands the words. Your cat wants to have a conversation with you. It invented the concept of talking to humans from scratch, built a vocabulary for it, and is actively trying to have a dialogue. The least you could do is talk back. So next time your cat walks into the room and just starts yelling at you for no obvious reason, remember, that sound was made for you. It was designed for you specifically. Out of everyone and everything in your cat's world, you're the one it developed language for. Now, whether it's saying, "I love you," or "feed me immediately," or "face the consequences," that part you'll have to figure out on your own. If you want to keep learning weird things about cats that sound made up but are actually true, subscribe. There's a lot more where that came from.